Hello everybody, welcome to the Rancho. I'm Rosie Murphy and I'm here today to give a quick how-to if you're going to repair some rot in your structure and you don't want to take off all the siding and remove everything and remove all of your all the siding all the way up and have to remove all the 2x4s in place and put new ones in. My solution has always been, and it's a perfectly good one with our city inspectors and things, it's sistering in new wood or putting new wood next to old wood that's been compromised and making sure that the new wood is carrying the support or holding the support that it should hold. Now, this corner was terribly rotted, as you'll see in this little video section right here. In for a dime, in for a dollar. There's just no sense bullshitting ourselves when it comes to reconstruction, remediation, carpentry. You've got to get things worked back to a point where you've got good wood. And we're just up to about the point right here where we can cut it. And that's about where a lot of the termite damage stopped. And the water intrusion damage. So yep, so we have to be very careful structurally now. We don't want to just cut and remove, or else we have a lot of weight on the top here with the roof. We're in the deep end of the pool now. This is not a project for the average home DIY person. This involves some structural work now. So I want to get a clean cut down here, and I guess the first thing I want to do is add some. Right now we're not even supported this corner here. All of the upper weight is now being borne on this piece here, and that's not a good idea structurally. So we need to get some extra support up there on the bottom. The good news is that the sill plate is in good shape. That's the really good news. I don't have to replace the sill plate there. That's really the excellent news in the whole deal. So all right, gonna go ahead and yeah, we're gonna triple sister. We're gonna work around this one and use this for our side support here, where all of our weight is gonna, this is gonna be the main column now. We're gonna shift it from this one to this one, and eventually we'll get back added to this one. So that's just about the point where the termite damage ends. Welcome to my world. Well, you can see that was pretty astounding, the termite and the water damage that occurred because the roof was never properly secured, the fascia board was rotten, and the water just ended up going down the inside as well as the outside and creating all that havoc. So how do I rebuild that? Well, the one thing I was determined that you have to do, you have to remove enough siding so that you're getting up to a point where you have good wood. And in my case, this one beam was good on the top, but it was kind of, well, very rotten on the bottom. So I ended up just cutting a wedge piece on an angle, tapering it to fit in and driving that in, so that made a very good connection. And it's actually lifting up just the tiniest little bit so that it becomes load bearing. You're putting under a slight bit of load. Then I went ahead here and I secured a piece to the side of that and secured that in for more strength. And then finally, if you look up here, this was actually good wood to this point. I know it looks like a little damage there. There's a tiny little bit on that corner, but that was very good wood to, again, taper in here the wood and then sledgehammer that into the foundation, making sure that everything was perfectly plumb on there, so there wouldn't be any issues with when it's time to put the siding on. Want to make sure it's perfectly up and down. So then over here it was a matter doing the same thing. You can see where I put that wood in. There's still plenty of good wood up. I checked on the inside there, so that tapers the critical thing there, tapering that in, so that's carrying load. So and also reconstructing over here where there was significant rot, again putting in a tapered 2x4 there and making sure to match as closely as possible. Now 2x4s in the 1950s when this was built were different than 2x4s today. They were a little bigger, so there's going to be a very slight bit of mismatch, but not really enough to be significant. So if you find yourself with a corner is badly damaged like this one is, you can go ahead without doing intensive removal of everything. And remember, all the damage, anything that's likely to occur, is going to collect at the bottom. It's going to occur at the bottom here. So sistering in wood to secure that and make that nice and strong is a perfectly acceptable way to remediate the damage. It's my solution. It's certainly one that I ran past the inspector when I had my in-law unit done here. I did the work in there, and you can see that video on the channel here, that video series. And I did a lot of sistering and repair work on wood there, and that was perfectly fine with our city code and our inspector. And he actually believed that it made it better than new. Anyway, there it is, how to fix rot in your buildings without having to strip off all the siding and remove every 2x4 support. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up are appreciated. Thanks everyone.